Okay, today is Friday, the 22nd. I'm gonna have to put some dates on these so I remember, but that's what's left of our whole box of pancakes. And with that, I did the 20 gram of protein way to make that, and then we had it with these Danimals that we got yesterday from the discount Amish store. So that's what we'll have for breakfast. So for lunch today, we were supposed to have the leftover tortilla soup. However, it was inhaled. There's none left. What was left, my husband took to work. So I pulled out from the freezer a package I had of the sausage, put it with the leftover rice, throw whatever pesto was left in here with whatever was left of a package of mixed veggies, threw it all together. This is lunch. Some are putting sauerkraut with it, and some, meaning me. There is salsa here if somebody wants to make like a jambalaya out of it, but that's what we're gonna have for lunch. Okay, it is dinner time. I'm sharing with you what we're having for dinner tonight, and I have made this Country Living chicken lemon soup. If I can find it, I'll leave it linked down below for you. I've had it in my recipe book forever, and so all this has with it is just some chicken broth, all these things. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. I'm supposed to be saying something and I can't remember what. This is supposed to have orzo in it, but I just use rice, and instead of fresh spinach, I just use a whole bag of frozen spinach. Extra veggies for us. And we are going to serve this with some homemade Copycat Red Lobster biscuits. And so that's going to be what's for dinner. We have missed breakfast and lunch. For breakfast, it was a box of Honey Nut Cheerios and these yogurts that I got at the Amish salvage store. 10. There was a box of 10 for $1.25, not expired. And I have all these little jars now. So that's what we had for breakfast. Lunch was fend for yourself. So kids made popcorn, they ate cheese, they ate bananas and cuties and apples. It was fend for yourself because I was rushing a meal up to my friend who was going to take it to a mama that had an emergency C-section. Hi subscribers, friends, YouTube, family, all of that fun jazz. Today is Monday and I missed yesterday's what we ate meals. And it is now time for me to put dinner into the oven, and I need to pick up the camera and get you all up to date. So, I know I have Saturday, which was this lemon chicken soup. There was enough of that we were able to do it yesterday for lunch. Yesterday being Sunday, so the following day. For breakfast, I had those little bit of muffins left over, and we did that, and we had some of that French yogurt that I picked up, and we had that, and it was delicious. And by we, I mean the kids. There wasn't enough for husband and me, and we don't like to eat anyways first thing in the morning. That's too early to eat. I just want coffee, and then by the time I get home, I am ready for lunch. And that's what I had. I had a really nourishing lemon chicken dill soup. It was perfecto. Okay. So, and then for dinner last night, we had the shepherd's pie. I filmed a kind of like prep with me video, and I don't even think I got footage of that, unfortunately. But I've made it before, and I will leave you the recipe link down below. There was barely enough left. I was kind of scraping for my husband for lunch today. And then so that was yesterday. Today was biscuit and sausage sandwiches. Now I did a meal prep video that I think you'll have seen by this point. And so in there I was kind of meal prepping some of that. For lunch, this is what's left. I did potato soup, and there is maybe 2 servings left in here. So, and then I think I still have a serving left from last week. So I have 3 servings left. I probably should eat this up quickly, and I think there may be like 2 servings left of the chicken and other. I think there may be 2 servings left, go away, of that chicken soup that I made Saturday and we had for lunch, and I think there still might be 2 servings left. So tomorrow we're supposed to have tuna sandwiches. I'm thinking we're gonna do leftover soups and get those eaten up. Anyway, but for dinner, It's the taco casserole that I meal prepped in that video, and boy am I glad that I did that. Today has been crazy. I have been trying to get back onto a good homeschool routine, and everything just keeps happening that kind of thwarts every plan that I've had. So I'm kind of really glad that we are meal prepped enough for this. So you'll see that here in a little bit, but I kind of wanted to update on the meals that I've missed. Okay, so for breakfast we're supposed to have masa cereal, but we cleaned out the pantry the other day and I don't know where I put the masa. So I just made some of this quick oats, and that's what we're gonna have for breakfast. Get some things done. Oh, this girl knows us.
Oh, chamomile.
She knows me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you got one of those not too long ago too.
I think this is yours for your.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl, this girl knows us. Teeny.
Apple and cranberry. I love that one. That was really good.
Peppermint, because we were out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so sweet. Thank you.
What?
Okay, for lunch we're doing leftovers. Leftover potato soup. I've gotten 4 bowls out of this, and there's definitely enough for another 2. So this is leftovers from yesterday and another day. And then I'm having chicken soup, and whoever else wants that can have that as well. And that's what we're having for lunch. For dinner tonight, we're going to have breakfast for dinner. It sounded good. I even know the last time when we did breakfast for dinner, we were in the rental house around the corner from here when we moved up here. It's been at least a year since we've done breakfast for dinner. So it was time to do it again. So we're going to do that. I'm going to make up some scrambled eggs, and we're going to have bacon, pancakes, and scrambled eggs for dinner.
Okay, let's do the rest of this. This is me, the rest of this here. So we're going to do a cool zigzag. Well, let's do the bottom first, and then we'll do the zigzag line that comes back. So we're going to do the bottom of this chin. So this is going to come around.
For breakfast today on the menu was muffins and yogurt, and we substituted with some waffles and yogurt. And that's what we're going to have for breakfast. Oh, and some cuties, which just imagine them here. They've already been eaten. For lunch today, I'm using these gluten-free wraps that we picked up for $1. And inside here is cream cheese, lettuce, and some lunch meat that I found for $1. I don't think that haul got filmed because I dropped it off with my daughter and then went to the other store, and she ended up putting everything away. But at the Amish salvage store, I found a bunch of these for $1.49. They are 1 pound turkey or chicken breasts, and yeah, we just have like 4 or 5 of these. I used one up today for lunch, and these $1 wraps. So this is a very inexpensive meal here. Put some lettuce on it. Have cut up bell pepper, cucumber, and more cuties. These cuties are going bad quickly, so we're just finding ways to use them up, and that is what is for lunch. So this is the equivalent of 5 reusable pods of coffee. Nice. Now I actually prefer there to be a little bit more in here when I'm making my pots of coffee. Otherwise it's just not strong enough. So here's 6. In my book, I prefer a dark roast, sometimes even an espresso roast. So there's 6 and 7. I got 7 cups of coffee in order to give a good amount of coffee beans for my Mr. Coffee. I filled this to 10 because I've noticed if I go, again, for this particular thing, these are already used, so the coffee's going to be weaker anyway, and I only fill it to 10. So technically I can get, if this was fresh grounds, I could fill this all the way up to 12 and get in. This is about a small cup. I'll show you the equivalent of it. So hold on. So if this was to be at the 12 mark, let's see how much. This is the cup that I've been using all week. So nice big cup.
What's the other one? It's a fire one.
Okay.
And
There's down to the 10 we have, and this is about halfway full. So I would get another half a cup of coffee if I had used fresh grounds and the 12 marking here. The other thing I like to do is I will select strong every single time.
yeah, this is the one.
So this is a typical Keurig. How I do it in the Keurig is I will have one of those, I have one of these reusable pods, and I put it in here and I select one full one, and when that's all done, then I will select a small one. And that will bring it all the way up till about this full. So, and I said, this is like a good size cup, and I drink usually about 2 of these in the morning. That's, yeah, I drink a lot of coffee. So, you know, if I fill that up with what I typically use for one, it's used about half. So, out of curiosity, let's see how many of these we can fill up.
John, let me see. There is.
Almost 3, and I got 7 out of the same amount of coffee grounds. So I just wanted to kind of illustrate how the Keurig really does stretch coffee beans a little bit further. Again, I got 2, almost 3 cups of the same amount of coffee, or the same amount of coffee in the using this. This was about 7. This took 7 little pods to fill. Hopefully, it's an afternoon. I need another cup of coffee. Took 7 to fill this up. 7 cups of regular coffee. I save it, and then I could get another 3 cups of used grounds. Now, if you're like me, first of all, this coffee that I was using is a medium roast. Actually, this one's a dark one. This is dark roast, very light dark roast. When you go to reuse your grounds, the coffee isn't that strong. Okay, like reused grounds isn't strong anymore. So I put it in this little saucepan. Let's see if I can show this up. I put it in the saucepan, and what I do is I boil it on a low boil for 15-20 minutes. And then it becomes a little bit more dark and concentrate. And so then I have a little bit more of a darker coffee. The way I can tell how dark it is or not, I've gotten to the point where I just need a splash of half and half of my coffee. And I have to be very careful with my splash. And I'm not talking like splash. I'm talking splash, okay? A couple of tablespoons. I have to be careful with even using 1 tablespoon of this reused coffee, because then my coffee is almost white, and I don't like white coffee. I feel like I have more of a milk taste than a coffee taste. So that's why Again, I'm just going to try to get all of the goodness I can out of this coffee because coffee is expensive and I'm going to get everything I can milk out of it. Pun intended. So, boil this on low for about 20 minutes. Get it good and strong again. Another thing you can do with when you're, you know, using your grounds up again is just add a little bit more, just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon of this. And again, you guys saw how much coffee I put in here. I've seen people make coffee and it's like a half here. And I'm like, I want it up here. So, wanted to share that with you. Wanted to share how far your Keurig can make coffee. And another way to save money. For dinner, we are having Trim Healthy Mama Philly cheesesteak meatloaf. This beautiful lady, it's not blue anymore. I fixed it. Made dinner tonight, and we're gonna have it with the green salad. And one of you commented on my kid with a knife in last video. I teach the kids how to use a knife. So he's 4, and he starts with this small one, and he knows this is the one that he can do. And this big one, as you can see, he's left alone. So we do teach the kids how to use the kitchen tools safely and properly. Hello, for breakfast we had the what is this? Baked oatmeal that I had prepped earlier this week. I think that video should be out now, so I did that for breakfast. For lunch, we just repeated what we did yesterday with these gluten-free tortillas, spread them with some cream cheese, and then put some lunch meat on them with some lettuce, and that's what we had for lunch. That's what we had for breakfast with some yogurt. So far, that's what we've had today. For dinner was just a simple pesto pasta. Every time I put a plate down, my daughter would be ornery and take it off. So we're kind of having a little game right here, but it's just pesto, peas, and sausage. And for those of us that like bell peppers, we put bell peppers on top of our meal. Hello everyone, it is Friday, and I genuinely cannot remember what we did for breakfast and lunch. It's been a very long day.
We did for breakfast cereal.
What did we do?
Cereal.
Okay. And yogurts. We had the animal yogurts. Cereal, yogurt. What did we do for lunch?
Muffins, like leftovers.
Muffins, leftovers, quesadillas. Thank you. You rock. That's right. I had to make a batch of Royal is this thing down here. Anyway, for dinner, it's just minestrone soup. That's what we're having for dinner. So I get a question a lot as to what my kids eat for snacks. So what are you eating? What did you choose to eat for a snack today?
Boot.
What?
Boot. Applesauce and cottage cheese.
And that was something you chose. Like, I didn't say you can have cottage cheese and applesauce. You chose.
Yes.
Just wanted to, you know, I'm not here giving cottage cheese and applesauce. Nope. That is what they chose to eat. He made cottage cheese and applesauce as a snack. The other kids had some oranges earlier. We just finished making some muffins here. That's why. But yeah, I get asked a lot, what do you guys eat for snacks? That's what we have. We have different things, but a favorite is cottage cheese and applesauce. Here's what we have for dinner tonight. This is one pan burrito bowl. I will leave it linked down below for you.
Where did you want this?
Oh, sorry.
And you top your bowl with some sour cream if you want, some cut tomatoes. We only have one avocado here and some green onion. And that is one pan burrito bowl. However, let me just say, it's so much better if you cut in the recipe below, cut out the chicken broth and the rice, cook it separately, then add it to your pan. I actually was just cooking all this rice so that I had rice ready for the rest of this week, and I did it the way that the instruction said. And then I remembered why I never do it that way, because the rice doesn't cook all the way, and it ends up taking like an hour to fully cook, and even then It's too hard for my taste. So, and by hard I mean there's a crunch to it. And again, this is also a really big pan. Here's my hand. So it's like 2.5 hands wide. The heat doesn't always distribute evenly. But anyway, just wanted to say, as I know one pan is like a favorite among many people, so that they just have one pan. But honestly, it's just so much better if you cook the rice separately and then add it in later. So that's my tip for this recipe. Love this thing. I don't make it enough, and I really should get back on that.